connect again and see what happens. I think it's having some issues. I'll let it keep spinning, and hopefully over time it's gonna spin and find me where I want it to be. But hey, let me see. Yeah, there we go. I got it. I got it to work. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right. Make una apologize. Make una apologize. Make una forgive my clumsiness. I apologize. For my clumsiness. For my clumsiness. I apologize. Listen. We're gonna have a good show today. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show. Good show. I promise. All right. Let's see what we have going on TikTok. Let's see. My people on TikTok, I greet you guys. Michael Ayodeji, Shandy, Amakate. Look at me saying Kate. Bushman. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Let's keep liking and sharing so we can get more people here to join the show. It's gonna be a good show tonight. I don't know. I was gonna be here for 1 hour, 30 minutes. I don't use 1 hour. They try to set this shit up, right? It's always something. You would think at the click of a button, everything could just work, right? Because the same setup you used the last time is the same setup you're using now. So maybe just clicking the same button is gonna make everything come back. But no. Technology. Technology won't let me be great. I'm trying to be great. Technology, I no go gree me great. Anyway, let's keep liking. This is gonna be an interesting show, right? One standout. I hope, or I wish I have more time, but I'm a little bit too tired. It's a little bit too late. I want to talk about this topic in depth and hear a lot of thoughts, what people think, right? On this topic, because it's endless, right? Whether you're on this side, whether you're on the other side, it's endless. It's something. It's endless. But anyway, let's keep liking and sharing. And I'm gonna introduce the topic in a moment, right? Thank you guys for being here. Let's see who we have here. We have Tochi. We have Dibas 1T. Otumba Kendrick Adebo, mostly at Daytona. We also have a Biodun Lawal 215, Titi Topbe, and Hola. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. Let's just keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. It's gonna be a good show, I promise. It's gonna be a good show. And if you haven't followed me yet, I see someone just followed me. Thank you so much for the follow. Let's see. Make we see who just follow. I think I don't know, maybe Hola. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for the follow. If you haven't followed me, this is a good time as well to hit that follow button over there. Up there again. And like always, right? My name is Nakachi, and I'm the host of the Parlour show. We're going to have a good show today. I promise. It's always a good show, right? Nothing but good shows. We know they bring bad shows. The only good shows they carry come, right? It's what it is. Back to back good shows. No bad shows. That's the policy over here. Any bad show, we cancel it. How about that? But hey, man, listen, right? Before we start, let me introduce this topic. Officially, right? Because I've repeatedly criticized IPOB people. I don't condemn their violence, and violence from any group, not just the IPOB. Be it Boko, be it IPOB. IPOB one is a little bit too personal for me because, not for my side. For East, Southeast, then they do their thing. But hey, whether that violence comes from the East, North, West, South, I've condemned it. And you would also notice at the bottom of the screen, there's a thing scrolling there. I've condemned that one. Would they condemn them? Because that's what Nigerians should do. Any form of violence, we have to condemn it, right? It's what it is. But today's conversation or today's discussion is not about defending IPOB. It's about whether we apply the same standard to every politician, regardless of who we support. That is all I want to have. That's the conversation I want to have today, right? Do we apply the same standard? Or is it depending on who we support? Because I've seen a lot of hypocrisy. It's just the hypocrisy. Now, the hypocrisy side, now where they come from, right? And I also want to say something to OB supporters, because I've seen many OB supporters, they've come out in public and distanced themselves from OB. because of what they see as his lack of or his stance or lack of strong condemnation of IPOB, right? Which is very valid, very, very valid. Obi has to condemn IPOB. Obi needs to condemn IPOB because this IPOB thing, they happen for him backyard. There's no way he will say he's not aware. There's no way he will say, they are my brothers. There is no way he will say, I've not seen anything Nnamdi Kanu do. There is no way he keeps making these excuses for IPOB. Peter Obi has to condemn it. It's just what it is. And I understand the feeling that these people, the people that would say they were Obi supporters, but now they've come out in public and say they no longer support him or distance themselves, right? I understand that feeling because me, I don't struggle with that myself. I struggle with it because Obi, he's my favorite candidate. I support him. I think he has the magic or the mojo, to fix Nigeria, get Nigeria out of or on track, get Nigeria on track. But because of his stance on this IPOB issue or lack of condemnation, the thing they bother me. So I share in that pain. But I think that's normal. Politics is rarely black and white. That's why nuance exists. You get word way or they call nuance. It exists for a reason. You can disagree with a politician, right, on one issue and still believe they are the better candidate overall. It's what it is. It's what it is. If you believe Obi has been too soft on IPOB, that's your right. You're on your right to feel that way. And you're on your right to condemn him. You're on your right to criticize him. But you don't have to pretend he's perfect before you can support him. Don't be so that they do politics. In the same way, many Tinubu supporters, they continue to support Tinubu despite disagreeing or choosing not to focus on, aspects of his administration, including his policy on rehabilitating and reintegrating former insurgents. These things, they see them. They say they are now de-radicalized. They forgive them. They pardon them. You see what I'm saying? They say they are the insurgents, T people. They pardon them. Nobody talks about it. Tinubu supporters, and they couldn't go close this eye. They go do as if they no see them. But when Obi no condemn IPOB, it becomes national news. You see what I'm saying? That's the hypocrisy I'm talking about, right? That's the hypocrisy. What sets thoughtful voters, apart is the willingness to acknowledge where their preferred candidate falls short instead of pretending they can do no wrong. Blind loyalty, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help democracy. It doesn't help anybody at all. At the end of the day, now your feelings where you go hard, right? It's just what it is. But anyway, tonight, I'm not asking you to defend Obi or attack Tinubu. I'm asking a simple question. Simple. Are we applying the same or one standard to one person? Are we just applying one standard to everyone? Are we judging politicians differently depending on whose side they're on? That's all we're going to do today. That's all we're going to do today. Make we talk about them. The double standards or the hypocrisy with me, I don't see because it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. And it's becoming weird to me, and I shout out Drake. Shout out to Drake. Drake would say, I forget the song now, but he would say, "Pick a side and stay there," something like that, right? You gotta pick a side and stay there. It's what it is. It's what it is, But anyway, hey man, we're gonna have a good show today. Let's keep liking, by the way. Let's keep liking and sharing, and get more people here to show. Here to join the show. Keep liking, keep sharing, all that good stuff. Let's get more people here to join the show. It's what it is. All right. Listen, it's going to be very interesting, right? Because this struggle of whether Obi condemn, Obi has to. That one no be this thing. And we need to keep pressing him until that is one our job. If you support him, if he's your, for me, I say he's my favorite candidate, or not favorite. He's my preferred candidate, right? For me, that's the word I use because I don't want to say I'm a supporter or I'm not an obedient because then it puts you in a box where you're not permitted to critique. You see what I'm saying? So I can't be in that box. I have to be free to express myself. I have to be free to express myself. It's what it is. But hey, regardless of which side you did, whether you be supporter, preferred candidate, obedient, Tinubu supporter, which side you did, let us talk about it. Because the hypocrisy, akariala. Now, we are me idea. Anyway, let's see who and who they here. Let me see my YouTube. YouTube has been tripping. But let me see. I think it's still okay. It's still working now. YouTube has been tripping a little bit, but seems like it's working now. So we're in business. We're in business. How about that? We're in business. All right. Let's see. I need to minimize some screens here. Need to minimize some screens here. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Blessed done. Blessed one. I'll say. I'm not gonna read. I'm not gonna read what you wrote because that cost they cost me. But it's what it is. That's your opinion, and that's okay. But let's talk about it. How about your request? When we hit 5K likes, we are 2.9K likes right now. How about you request when we hit 5K likes, and then we can talk about it. Let's keep hitting the like button until we hit 5K likes before we start to bring our guests up so we can have a conversation here. We have maybe an hour 20 minutes to be here. So let's see what we can do with that time. But Nobito, they cost me for comment session. Hit the request button. We're gonna start getting people up when it's 5K likes. Right now we are 3K likes. Let's keep liking and sharing. Because listen, right? I've seen people. Even today I was on Amarachi's live. Shout out to Amarachi, right? Make I drink some water. I was on Amarachi's live, and I expressed these same thoughts. Because this is where I am now. My mind, mentally, this is where I am. Because I cannot sit here and see hypocrisy coming from people, especially Tinubu supporters, like literal hypocrisy. For instance, Dave Umahi recently, he was critiquing Obi on Obi's, as he should, by the way, as he should. He was critiquing Obi's stance on IPOB. On this, the new show, podcast show Wayne do with Rufai Oseni of Arise TV. Shout out to Rufai. You know, the show he did with, the interview he had with Rufai. We are Obi no Greek on them. Again, Obi no Greek on them. I don't know what hold Obi and this IPOB. I don't know what hold this man and IPOB. Obi, condemn these people, make we rest for your hand, nah? Abi you, they owe them, Abi they owe you. What is the problem here, you know? Condemn these people. These people na T group, then they operate for your side. We be Anambra. We know what thing you use Masob, I see. So why is it that you're being soft on IPOB? IPOB will be subdivision of Masob. You know, you see what I'm saying? How is it so difficult for Obi to condemn these people? That I don't understand. But anyway, Umhayi was condemned or criticizing Obi for not being strong, or not having a strong stance on the IPOB issue, right? In that same breath, though, Umhayi still they talk say we go use political dialogue, use comot Peter Obi from not Peter Obi, Nnamdi Kanu from prison. Like, make it make sense to me, please. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Let me understand it. You they condemn Obi for not talking about IPOB, Obi for not having a strong stance on IPOB. But with that same mouth, where Igbo people go say, now the mouth where you use a job, yeah, oi. You still use them, they talk say you won't bring out Nnamdi Kanu. What are we doing, man? And you still see Tinubu supporters. They still use that same video. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. You see Tinubu supporters, they use that same video to critique Peter Obi. Like, what are we doing? What did we do for here? It just seems like hatred at this point. It seems like hatred. Nobody is being objective about criticizing Obi. It just be like hate at this point. Like, literally, this man, they criticize Obi on IPOB. In that same breath, he's talking about releasing Nnamdi Kanu politically. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right? I've seen Tinubu supporters still. I've seen Tinubu supporters. Yo, wait till I see for this our TikTok. This Obasanjo TikTok. No be smart, you know. Wait till I see for this Obasanjo TikTok and Facebook. No be smart. I've seen Tinubu supporters. They hail this. I did a show the other day on Bianca. You know, how wanting to do a prisoner swap deal. And I condemn that. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of people commit crime for somewhere, you go to bring them back, come Nigeria. I don't like that idea. But I see people who are of opposite opinion. They think it's a good idea. It's okay to think it's a good idea, but now, these people are criminals, right? These people are criminals, right? You say, yes, it shows that Tinubu is working. It shows that Tinubu is working. shows that Tinubu is working. Now, within these people, they talk. That is why you need to put the right people at the right place. We are talking about criminals, right? You're hailing Tinubu for bringing criminals back to Nigeria. But you're worried about Obi. Yo, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. Like, I wonder for my head. I'm like, what did they happen now? Are we in some type of fantasy world? Like, what did they happen for here? Like, is this playing? Is this playing? Shout out to Solomon, man. Shout out to Solomon. You know, what type of plane is this? Is this playing? Shout out to Oba Solomon. I'm like, is this plane? What type of plane is this? What type of plane is this? You're happy, you're excited, you're thankful to Tinubu for bringing back criminals to Nigeria. But you're worried about Peter Obi. Like, what kind of double standard is that? It blows my mind. Like, when I reason this thing, like, I'm like, what did they happen? What am I getting wrong? Absolutely. And that's part of why I created this live today. So that hopefully person will make me understand them, right? Tinubu himself is pardoning TE people. De-radicalized insurgents. They call them de-radicalized. Tinubu is pardoning de-radicalized TE people, right? Actively. We are experiencing it. The vice president of Nigeria, Kabiru Sokoto, they find him for a house, 2012. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. But Peter Obi, his lack of condemnation is like the outrage is over here. And I'm not saying don't be outraged. I am outraged as well. But the same way are they outraged about Peter Obi, are they outraged about Tinubu? But my problem is these people, you don't see the outrage from them on Tinubu's side. That is my problem, man. That is my problem. And it blows my mind. But I would hope that somebody would be able to explain it to me. I would hope that somebody would be able to explain it to me. It blows my mind. I'm not even going to lie. It blows my mind. Two people. One is pardoning TE people. One no agree condemn TE people. My God. Who dig this pit for us, Nigeria? Who dig this pit for us? Who dig our pit for us? One, they pardon them. One no agree condemn them. But only the one we no agree I'm not saying that one is less or one is higher. I'm not saying that. But two people, two individuals, one na president, one no be president. One no be even elected politician. Nothing. But the outrage is on one. How is that? How is that? How is that? In my head, I'm like, you can't make this shit up, right? You can't make this shit up. That's how I'm trying to process it. But my head no fit even though I get big head, right? Even though I get big head, my big head no fit process this kind of dilemma. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Hey, man, we're gonna have a good show today. I think it's gonna be a good show, man. We have a guest who's requesting. We're gonna bring you up in a moment. We just need to hit 5K likes, so please keep tapping and sharing, and let's get more people here to join the show. Mike, I see you sending me gifts. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're gonna bring you up in a moment. The only requirements to bring people up here is just make we hit 5K likes. Once we hit 5K likes, we're gonna get people up. It's what it is. That's the only requirement. So please just keep hitting, keep tapping the screen. Let's get more people here to join the show. We're almost there anyway. 4.8 likes, 4.8 likes. Almost there. Make we continue to like. But in the meantime, let's read some chats. Make we read some chats. Let's see. Anyway, all right. Omar George says their roles are different. I don't support it, but I understand their reasons. Absolutely. But here's the thing. It's okay to pick a side. Don't let anybody blackmail you based on what the side where you pick. If you support Tinubu, You support him because you think the coastal road is good. If you support Tinubu, you support him because you think the coastal road is good, right? So every other thing doesn't necessarily matter to you. And that's okay. It's your right. You're on your right. It's okay. If you support Obi, you support him because, for me, I support him because if he's in government, the waste where would they see? For instance, that same coastal road, 15 million, what then they use build that road? Peter Obi no go use $15 million, they build 1 kilometer of road. That's one of the reasons why I support the guy, right? That's one of the reasons. So the other things, no be saying no matter to me, oh. No be saying no matter to me. It matter to me. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. Peter Obi is also hypocritical too. Make I put them that way. Because if anything happen for North or any other place, as a matter of fact, Peter Obi go wrong, go there. But the one where they happen for him backyard, didn't they see him to talk about? If you ask him, he no agree talk. But notwithstanding, for me, notwithstanding, I want Nigeria to work. I want Nigeria to work. And I believe all of us want Nigeria to work. And I think Peter Obi, I believe, say Peter Obi, fit do am. I believe so. I believe so. That is my right as well. The same way some people believe that Tinubu is the person that would do it. I don't believe that. I believe the other side. Anyway, Omo George says, I told you about the cost of other coastal roads around the world. My brother, around the world, let's talk about Africa. Let's talk about Africa. Cost of, what do they call them now? Cost of, labor. Cost of labor is different. In Africa, cost of labor is relatively cheaper compared to around the world. So let's talk about Africa. Anyway, we're going to have a good show today. And we just passed 5K likes. We have 5.4K likes. Let's bring our first guest up here and let us have this conversation. One standard or two. If we use one standard, make we use them. Igbo people say, if you born boy pikin, make it be boy. If you born gay, make it be gay. Make we day one side. That is all I'm trying to say. But anyway, let's talk about this. We're gonna get Mike up here and get this show started. All right, Mr. Mike, thank you for joining.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on the topic? One standard or two? Tinubu terrorists and Peter Obi. Let us hear your thoughts on the topic.
I mean, I think it's two standards. It's definitely two standards because we're talking about the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and then there's also somebody who was a former governor, a two-term governor of Anambra State. So, and that was in the past. I think the standard isn't the same. Just because like the responsibilities and what's going on are two different things. Tinubu is actively a president,
Yep.
Peter Obi is aspiring,
Yeah.
In as much as people may want him to become president, he's still aspiring. So the standard is definitely completely different. And I think with the standard being different, there's a lot of focus on the pros and cons of, Tinubu and his administration and the things that Peter Obi has done in the past. But for me personally, I think that the standards are different.
Absolutely. I'm with you I'm with you in that regard, 100%, because the social media space, it's just like and now it's now looking like hate. Actually, it's not even about the standard now. It's just like
it feels like 2023 all over again.
Yeah, it just hates, sheer hate,
a lot of hate, a lot of bigotry, a lot of tribalism,
and it's unbelievable. But let me ask you, why do you think the standards are different?
Obviously, Tinubu, like I said, Tinubu's the president, and the responsibilities and what the task at hand with Nigeria right now is not the best. It's not good, and it's not really, things aren't progressing or getting better, in my opinion. And from many of my other Nigerians can say the same. Things have gotten worse from the beginning of his administration to now. Inflation, insecurity, so many different aspects, things have gone worse, and
Absolutely.
there's never been a sense of urgency of like a plan to what are we doing to be proactive and fix the issue, you know?
Absolutely. And, we
From
have a
borrowing,
president, obviously, who is actively the president, but we skip him and we worry about what P2B has said or not said.
right?
And I want him to say those things too. I want him to condemn IPOB. But it seems like we are more focused on him than the president of the country.
Definitely.
It's
Definitely.
unbelievable. It's
Definitely.
unbelievable. But anyway, Mr.
Yeah.
Mike, do you have any final thoughts? So that we'll move forward, or any other thoughts?
I would just say, lastly, I think the most important thing that we as Nigerians really need to do right now is look at the issue at hand. You know, there's an insane insecurity that's going on in Nigeria. Inflation's at an all-time high. Loans are being borrowed out of the world. You know, we're in debt insanely already. You know, but the insecurity is very, very troubling. And I would say like this upcoming 2027 elections, I really hope there is a sense of urgency within Nigerians to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And collectively come together and address the issue at hand. Whether Tinubu, if he ends up being the president in 2027 somehow, we need to be able to hold these guys accountable.
Absolutely.
Things are getting out of hand. You
Absolutely.
know? Things are getting out of hand ridiculously. So
absolutely.
The sooner we get to that, I think we'll be able to make some progress in some areas. But,
absolutely.
That's it, man.
Totally agree with you. And thank you for joining, Mr. Mike. I appreciate you for joining.
Man.
Thank you so much.
All
right. Make we bring our next guest up here. Let's see. Pete Da King. Let's get Pete Da King up here. Adaba, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right. Pete Da King. Let's hear your thoughts on the topic. One standard or two standards?
Hey, for me, I have a diverse opinion entirely.
Okay.
It's a zero standard, zero-sum standard.
Okay.
I don't think Nigerians like the truth. We love to deceive ourselves. You see, P2B is representing what party?
NDC.
Tinubu is representing what party?
APC.
Democracy is built on party politics. And the individual leadership of every party is not going to guarantee the supreme delivery of the dividend of democracy to the country unless the party is an ideological party that is championed towards the delivery of such. If you like, you go and make anybody the president of Nigeria today. I used to say that if you like, go and get Pastor Kumuyi to be the president of Nigeria.
Yeah.
It will fail. Any country that doesn't have institution, that doesn't have strong institution, and the people of that country are evil and pervert, and moreover, they are complacent.
Yeah.
You can hardly secure any win. You see, that's why I say it's a zero-sum standard.
I mean, that's a fair argument. I'm just of a different school of thought, right? I think
I agree.
Right, I think regardless of I agree with you. The Nigerian political parties, there are no ideologies. Regardless of that, all we need is a leader who has a good ideology and has the will to carry out that ideology. I think that's what we need to move Nigeria forward.
Unfortunately, our needs, our need is a good leader, right? But how do we materialize our need when the way of making our need possible is going to be impossible to generate or support or vote or put in place the good leader?
Yeah, but regardless of how broken our system is, and I agree with you, our system, our institutions, they are not the best, right? But regardless of how broken or corrupt you for lack of words, right? Those systems or institutions can be, we've seen it still work. Like P2B now, for instance, we've seen it work in some areas. Just hear me out.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree with you.
All right, just hear me out though before you disagree. Just hear me out before you disagree. We've seen it work in some areas. P2B, for instance, now, when he became governor of Anambra State, now courts we put him for power, right? So we've seen that system, the court system, work in that regard. We've seen, again, the election. Jonathan was president at some point. The same system where in the control was the same system that removed him. Regardless of how we say that system is broken. So they say even a broken clock is correct twice. I mean, that statement is somewhat true, right? And I think it also applies to Nigeria.
So that is where I take an exception.
You see, say, wait, make I talk finish before you disagree. But now you don't take exception. You fly, make I say, wait, make I finish, right? But I hear you. Go ahead.
That's where I take exception.
Okay.
You see, fundamentally, we wouldn't have problem if we are not Nigeria. We might have problem. We wouldn't have this type of problem and this number and load of problem if the country is not Nigeria.
So, are you saying if the country just had a different name, maybe if we say we be Ghana people, what do you mean?
If the country is, say, Benin Republic, or the country is, say, Togo, with a population of less than 50 million people, first off, we are the problem and the solution of Africa, because we have the largest population of Africa. And number is what the world statistics, everybody talks about number.
Yeah.
So number is very important.
Absolutely.
And we are the country with the number in Africa. So by that, we are the most consuming country in Africa. And unfortunately for us, God decided to punish us by giving us insurmountable natural resources.
Yeah.
And in Africa, there are two countries that are natural resources rich with equity and equal access. One is Congo, and the second one is Nigeria.
Yeah, and I think they just found a crazy amount of deposit of iron ore in Congo. So yeah, they're definitely rich in resources. But let me bring us back to the topic that we're discussing today, right? So that we don't digress a lot. We don't digress, but let's not digress a lot. So I know you've also said zero. Yeah, I know you've also said zero standard. But as far as the essence of the topic, I was referring to IPOB being held more accountable than the actual president of Nigeria. What are your thoughts on that? So that we'll use that one move forward.
He's not being held accountable.
Okay. Why you say that?
Because the voice of the few elites is not the voice of the people. The voice of the few elites is not the voice of the people. An average Nigerian does not even remember Peter Obi nor reckon with him. I'm just being honest with you. An average Nigerian is calling Tinubu. He's saying Tinubu is the problem. No, Tinubu government is the problem. But there is a problem within that problem. And the problem within that problem is that average Nigerian is not going to be able to do nothing about it. And that average Nigerian understands that. That's why it is easy for the average Nigerian to say, you know what, give me 15,000 naira for 4 years and I don't care.
Yeah. Which is sad.
Because you are talking about the standard, and everybody wants to use Jonathan as a standard. If all the president of Nigeria were like Jonathan, we wouldn't be where we are today. The reality of the fact that Jonathan let go, did not influence his own election, decided not to rig it, should never and ever be used as a yardstick.
Why not? But it's part of history. It's part of history, though.
There's no other president in Nigeria, or their subordinates and their political parties, who has decided to do what Jonathan did.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I'm gonna say this, and then we'll hopefully move forward. If the election happens today, and the votes that are sent to Abuja, the votes that are sent to Abuja, because that's how they collate, right? If the elections happens today, and then the votes that are sent to Abuja reads that Tinubu has 1 vote, Obi has 2, and Atiku has 3, it's what it is. There is nobody that can truncate that.
Good.
I don't know if you agree with that or not.
I agree with that.
Okay.
But what we should also agree upon is that is not possible.
Okay.
Based on the wuru that they have done with the electoral reform.
I don't know. I don't know.
So that,
Maybe there are specifics
it.
you know about the electoral reforms that you feel would make it not possible. But I would like to know about it, but because not be waiting with the discuss today, I'll just have to let that one go. But I appreciate you for joining and sharing your thoughts on this. Thank you so much, Mr. Pete.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much. Bye now. All right, make we bring another guest up here. Make we bring Taco. Taco, thank you, Taco, for joining. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you for joining. What are your thoughts on the topic? One standard or two?
Definitely two standards, but I agree on a lot of points the previous gentleman said.
Yeah, because he was saying something that's not necessarily very related to the topic. So you definitely have to agree. And I do agree with him as well, by the way.
Yes, but I am really glad, and honestly, people don't understand the huge favor that President Jonathan did for Nigeria as a nation. He made it clear that you being an incumbent president does not mean you will risk the whole people's life just because of who you are.
Yeah.
I had a lot more respect for him and still continue to love Goodluck Jonathan for what he did. He phoned Buhari before any bloodshed happened and before there was any big katakata and wasting people's time in court. He phoned him. He said, "Congratulations, Your Excellency," and he hung up.
Absolutely. And I agree with you. And for that, me too also get respect for him. But I don't want to take this conversation where it doesn't have to go. Let us come back to the topic. Yeah.
Where I'm going with this is Nigerians need to start understanding that when they elect you, you are not elected for 8 years. You have to perform 4 years for you to be granted another 4 years.
Yep.
Whether at the presidential level or at the governorship level.
Yeah.
Our governors take it for granted. Once they're elected, they think it's automatic, 8 years. A lot of Tinubu supporters now, they say, Buhari did his 8 years. Obasanjo did his 8 years. Who are you to stop us? We must do 4 plus 4.
But that's the mindset of most fanatics, though. Most
really. Even
supporters.
Average Nigerians kind of have that feeling that if I support Peter Obi, I'll continue to support Peter Obi. You need to support people based on their performance. If we give you a chance 4 years, now privilege, Nigerians trust you for those 4 years. If you don't perform, they say, this guy did not perform. This idea that because of your identity, because you are Hausa man, I be Hausa man, I must always vote for you. Because you are Christian, I be Christian, I must always stick with you.
Yeah.
We need to come out of that. That is Nigeria's biggest problem.
I don't think it's a Nigerian problem. I think it's a political problem. That's what it be all over the world. Like, people support who they support, and it's what it is. The people have a right to support who they want to support. I don't think that one is up for debate now. Yeah.
100%. But the funny thing is this. Two politicians will never fight about making a poor man's life better.
Yeah.
It is only poor people that will be fighting to make sure that a rich man to remain rich.
Yeah.
If you have lived in Abuja, you will laugh. You will see them in the morning fighting, or you will go see them for Sheraton Hotel, then they drink together, then they laugh together. If you attend any wedding in Abuja, you will be shocked. These people that you see them every day abusing each other on national TV, and their supporters ready to die.
Yep.
Their supporters ready to die.
Yep.
You go see the way then they hug each other, then they laugh each other, then they go play tennis together.
Unbelievable.
So until we Nigerians start learning, look, this thing is, we need to make sure these people perform, and we should not care where or how this person come from. Is he performing? That is the main yardstick.
Absolutely.
If somebody can come and justify that, okay, this guy has performed, let him continue. If he has not performed, the problem I have now with people that are attacking Peter Obi is not the president.
Now you're bringing it back. This is where I want the conversation to be, right? But thank you for bringing it back.
We have not seen his performance as a president.
Yeah.
We tried Tinubu for 4 years. That is what we should be judging. Did this guy do enough? Are you happy with what he has done?
Yep.
and remove, just please think about it. And I'm talking to the audience. Please forget about his identity. Just think of him as President Tinubu, our president for the nation.
Yep.
Has he performed for the nation? Have he made things better? Are we safer? Are we healthier? Are we richer?
Yep.
If the answer is yes, he definitely deserves a second chance. If
Absolutely.
the answer is no, he must go. Peter
Absolutely.
Obi, we never try him. You cannot come and say somebody that you have not tried. He has not been on that seat. You don't know how he will perform. This one you already know. You already know he couldn't do the job. Oh yeah, make he go. Bring somebody else to try him. And it is ironic. And to be honest, I think it's more of the Tinubu band that are bashing Peter Obi.
Yeah.
I was in a platform 2 days ago. I was laughing. 30-minute discussion because Peter Obi said I took advice from a madman. Oh, this was a 30-minute discussion. They had to go look for ChatGPT. They had to go look.
Oh
did
my
he say
God.
it or he didn't say it? Which politician doesn't lie? Which human being doesn't make crazy statements?
Yeah.
But based on performance, any Tinubu supporter, please come tell me, based on performance, what did this man do?
But you know the irony about the people who bring up, and again, when Peter Obi says this thing, right, I cringe, right, because it's in some of these things they shame me, right, but it's what it is. Like you said, which human being doesn't have those moments, right? Tinubu himself, we do bulaba, balabu.
Exactly.
Have you people heard this man talk? Like you shouldn't. If they talk about what people they talk, it shouldn't be what you will be using to yab another person. If you're a Tinubu supporter. Like, how don't you understand that? Leave that conversation alone. Have you heard Bulaba? Have you heard Bala Blue?
Do you know why the people around Tinubu know they let them go do press interview? Because they know these moments go happen.
Absolutely. Again.
So then they safeguard them.
Again.
Now protection. They are protecting him from talk to Nigerians.
Again.
All those babala blue, blue, blah, blue moments, then go plenty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But these people, for some reason, they say if you live for glass house, don't throw stones, right? That's how they speak. That's how they speak. But for some reason, these people don't seem to get it. They don't seem to understand that concept.
This guy has been there for 3 years. And to be honest with you, these are his best 3 years. He has given the best that he
Absolutely.
can
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Go check all Nigerian presidency, the civilian ones. Their best performance is their first 3 years because they know, okay, they have to come back for re-election. Yeah. They have to care what people think about them.
Yep.
After the next election, he's no longer eligible for any election.
Yep.
He doesn't care what you think.
Yep.
He's only worried about taking care of himself and the people that brought him and the interests that brought him.
Yep. But, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Until we start directing the conversations.
Absolutely.
Like I told you, this Peter Obi said, I took advice. I was so annoyed. I left after 30 minutes. 30 minutes, they are trying to confirm, and then they are telling them, will you take advice from a madman?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a shame. But hey, Mr. Taco, we're going to need to move forward, though, and I appreciate you joining and sharing your thoughts on this.
Thank you.
But make we move forward. Man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. All right. Hey, man, it's, and I agree. I got it from a madman. Did he say it? Yes, he did say it. He shame me. I wish he didn't say it, right? I wish he didn't say it. Same as the IPOB thing. I wish that he could just leave that IPOB matter. Leave that matter alone. Send these people work. Send these people. Just leave them alone. Obi, leave these people alone. Leave IPOB. Make IPOB leave you. Leave IPOB for Kija Biafra man. Leave IPOB matter for Metusela. Leave IPOB matter for Anya Nambra, my paddy. Leave IPOB matter for these people. Focus on how, because there are a lot of questions of, you've not said how you want to generate 10,000 megawatts. You've not said how you want to secure Nigeria. You've not said how you want to improve our economy. You've not said how you want to do. There are a lot of questions that you need to focus your attention on. Leave IPOB matter Peter Obi. Leave IPOB matter Peter Obi. What it will go do for you? Leave IPOB matter for these people. Now, wow, Peter, what we go do for you? Make you leave this IPOB. Obi-Wan. Nah, Obi send the account to make I put 2K for you. They make you leave IPOB matter for Matthias. Anyway, make we bring up our next guest. It's what it is. Let's get our next guest up here and keep the conversation going. Let's keep liking, by the way. We're at 9.6K likes. Let's hit 10K likes and then try to hit 20K likes. All right. Mr. Omo George, thank you for joining. Appreciate you.
Hello, bro.
How far?
I'm really surprised. Yeah, you see, sometimes I looked at the case when people try to disguise their political preference as talking of national growth. It's a bit confusing. Like, if you want us to play politics, people will play politics. If you want us to discuss national growth as a people, then we'll drop our political inclinations and discuss how do we grow.
Okay, but we're not discussing how we grow today. We're talking about one standard or two. What are your thoughts on that?
I wrote earlier that it is multiple standard, not even one standard, not two standards. The angle at which we look at this, the case of Obi, what he says, I understand is reasons for doing what he's doing. It doesn't lose a major support base. On the side of Tinubu, he has a nation to hold on. It's like having people trying to separate and you're trying to hold everybody together. When probably some northern leaders are telling him, these are our children. You can't just, run them with your Tucano jets. Let's see if we can talk to them. So he has a nation to hold on to. Obi has a group also to try to appease. So when people now want to really judge them on that, I think we should not really do that. I noticed people always run with this assertion that Tinubu has done nothing. And sometimes I look at them, I'm like, are you really serious? Are we playing politics or not?
I don't know that, at least on this stage today, that anybody has said Tinubu has, literally said Tinubu has done nothing. I don't know that anybody has said that. But if anybody said that, we can talk about that. But I don't believe anybody said that today on this stage.
Okay. Let's say for today, I'll let that slide. But you see, the way we see things, the way we approach things differs. Somebody will prefer to go to a university straight. Someone will prefer to go to a polytechnic straight. Both of them might end up becoming a professor. So the way someone wants to be a socialist and another person wants to be conservative, both of us are just looking for a better life, but the route we want to follow differs.
In this your analogy, are you alluding to anybody like Tinubu, a socialist, or be conservative? Is there anybody you're?
I think in the case, if you can switch it the opposite, Tinubu is taking more tough stance. The problems of the country, he is fixing them, and it's not popular. Just like most good fathers are not popular in their own home. Until when people grow up, they're like, man, that thank God for my dad. I would probably have been too wayward. The way the country was going, if Tinubu didn't take those decisions it took, we might not have a country.
Before we continue on that path, right? You make I stick to the analogy, and I'm only indulging you here because you're choosing to go that route. But let me go with the analogy you used of a strict father, right? Have you? Yeah. It doesn't always go the route of, say, if I didn't have a strict father, I would have become wayward. Some strict fathers, you can, no matter how strict you want to be, your child could still become wayward if they choose to. It's a thing of choice. you can be a strict father and that your child, so it doesn't just go one way, like you said, oh, thank God for my father. It doesn't just go that way. Your child can still be wayward. Your child can turn out to say, hey, thank God for my dad. Your child can also go there, grow up and hate, like have resentment for you. You see what I'm saying? So it could go anywhere. It's not just one way of, oh, thank God for my dad. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm saying this to say the route that Tinubu is taking, it's not necessary, because, and I've said this before, I think it's a barbaric approach, in so many ways, because over 50 million people have gone into extreme poverty because of the so-called harsh stance that he's taken. When there could have been other ways he could have gone about the same idea. Economists have said multiple times that his policies have put people into poverty. How is that a good stance? How can that be a good stance for Nigerians?
Okay, let me start by saying something. You see, we don't oversimplify situations by bringing exceptions to justify, minority exceptions to justify statistics majority.
Okay.
That is why in statistics they have this 70% benchmark for generalizing. I'm talking about.
Go ahead. I'm just going to solve the TikTok puzzle. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's some type of echo. Are you like using a headphone?
No, I'm not using a phone. I'm speaking directly to the phone.
Okay.
Is it bad?
It's not too bad, but it's just there. But anyway, I think we can manage. But yeah, you were saying something about minority exceptions.
Yeah. We cannot always use minority of instances to justify against the majority. What I'm saying is, if we have 70% of something, it's always ideal statistically to okay, it happens along this.
To generalize, right?
Yeah, to generalize.
Okay.
Then we always have exception. I'm talking about that because of strict parents and stubborn kids. Most times people often get to that point. Now, concerning the policies.
Before we leave that area, make I also talk about the exceptions. Now, you said about statistics. You mentioned statistics. So maybe you have a data that we can fall back to and say that strict parents, their kids always turn out. Most 70% of their kids always turn out, and yeah, the echo is becoming too annoying.
I don't know what to do about that.
Anyway, the statistics of 70% of kids from strict parents coming out and saying, thank God for my dad. Is there somewhere we can go and see this data so that we can agree with you objectively?
We thank God we're adults. We know what is right from wrong, and some things we see from our immediate environment.
Right from wrong is subjective. Right from wrong is subjective.
You can take a survey among a few friends of yours.
Okay.
And you will have that man.
All right.
I think my dad being a bit tough helped in shaping me. That is the way I see things like that.
Okay.
We cannot have sampling of almost everything we want to discuss.
Okay.
Okay. Now, our approach to things differs. The people that are prosecuting Tinubu for those policies he has taken are the people that doesn't probably understand that if we have not done it, what would be the alternative? We have the 50 million population, but there is one funny thing we don't often remember, that Nigeria birth rate is really high. We are talking of 7 to 9 million new babies every day. Every year, I mean. Meaning in a space of 5 years, if that is our number, the country will continue to, these statistics will always come up.
So here's the thing, right? And I believe you're talking about you're referring to the fuel subsidy and the dollar removal thing, right?
Yeah.
Out of the 3 contenders in the last election, all of them agreed that the subsidy must go. The difference is the implementation. Tinubu's implementation is what is putting Nigerians into poverty and hardship. The way Tinubu implemented it. Obi said he was going to remove it. Atiku said he was going to remove it. Tinubu said he was going to remove it. So there's nobody disputing with that fact or that idea that Nigeria was going in the wrong direction during Buhari. Everybody, 100% of them agreed that they were going to remove subsidy. I think only Sowore, and Sowore is not a big contender, so I don't necessarily like to include him, right? But Atiku, Obi, and Tinubu, they all agreed collectively that they were going to remove subsidy. So regardless of who became, the difference would have been how they implemented it. Tinubu's implementation was barbaric. He didn't make any room for, let's say, even buffers. He didn't make room for strategy to plan on, okay, what would the effect of this be? Like a feasibility study. He didn't do any of that stuff. He just came out on TV and said, subsidy must go. Abi, subsidy has gone. Something like that. That's not how you do things. That's not how you do things.
Kashi, are we really ready for this thing? Because the people holding Nigeria on the jugular are not playing. These are multi-billion-dollar cabals. Creating a room without a strong leader, do you think subsidy can be removed without a very strong leader in Nigeria? When the cabals will cause fuel scarcity and everybody will start panicking.
So what you're saying now is an irony in itself, right? You're alluding that Tinubu is a strong leader, and you're still saying that there are cabals that are strong. So if Tinubu is a strong leader, why are we still worried about cabals in Nigeria?
And that was the fact that if he's a strong leader, that was why he pulled the plug.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I'll do this and let the maximum result come up.
The maximum result is over 30% inflation. Highest. What's it called now? Highest ever in Nigeria. Highest 30% inflation. I don't know that you understand what I'm saying. 30% inflation. Highest in Nigeria ever, Nigerian history. But that doesn't matter to you. It just had to be done.
Sometimes you're left with no option.
No, there are options. There are options.
Those other options have been tried by previous governments gradually.
Guess what, though? We are still borrowing more than those previous governments, ever. At the highest rate. We are still borrowing at the highest rate, ever.
What is your idea of the subsidy? Do you think it was a money already saved that we're spending, or a preferred a point where we spend the money we loan?
You're making my point. The subsidy, they were borrowing to pay subsidy. And I'm saying now we are still borrowing at the highest rate ever. The debt to GDP ratio is over 50%.
The borrowing, and it's still less than most developed worlds.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Omo George, come on now.
Kashi, wait. If I want to be
why does it matter if we are talking about Nigeria? Why are we talking about developed world? We are saying the subsidy removal, they were borrowing money to pay subsidy removal. Subsidy is gone. That means we are not borrowing money again for subsidy removal. We are now borrowing at the highest level ever in Nigeria. And you say we are borrowing more than other worlds. What does that have to do with anything?
No, okay, Kashi, let's listen to what I want to say now. What I'm saying is this. The money, the borrowing, we can see it. I went to Nigeria about 3 months ago. I saw the Coastal Road. I saw the Sokoto Badagry Road. Those are investments that will last 30, 40 years. I saw Muritala Airport being done. I go on YouTube, I see the Jos Akwanga Road. I see the second access road from the second Niger Bridge. I see a nation planning. I've watched the Forex exchange in the last 1.5 years. It has been stable. The price on the exchange rate number, if it's 2,000, let it be 2,000 so that business entities can plan with it.
Yeah, and it's a good thing you talked about the exchange rate. Because of that 2,000 now, millions of small businesses have closed up, right? Multinationals don't leave Nigeria because of that exchange rate. Also, these roads where you mentioned, they are good though. I'm not going to sit here and say they are not good. They are very good. Roads are tied to money directly. Road and money, they hand in hand. However, the cost of these roads are ridiculous. They're using $15 million to build a kilometer of road. I've said this multiple times. Multiple times. People keep shifting goalposts. Oh, they are building rail. Oh, they are doing this one. They are building bridge. They are planting water. They are doing, all this stuff, right? People keep coming up with all these excuses. But I'm saying $15 million per kilometer of road. It's ridiculous.
Kashi, there is a coastal road in France, $200 million.
Nigeria is not in France. Nigeria is in Africa.
The fact that electricity in Europe is the same electricity, if you touch it, both of you will
Cost
die.
of labor in Europe is different than cost of labor in Nigeria. Same as China. Cost of labor that's why manufacturing goes to China, because cost of labor is cheap there. That's why most of the countries send their manufacturing there. It's a factor. It's a factor. You can't ignore it. It's a factor.
Okay, wait. Let me explain it. We don't have the machineries for such job. There is cost of importation and shipping.
All right.
We don't have the specialized skills for such job. What about that? Is it those carpenters on the street that are going to do it? The specialized skills that are going to do those things might even
are going
be
to
more
do what?
Expensive. They are going to do those roads. Those are not just ordinary roads. It requires specialized skills. Look at the.
Tell me the specialized skills it requires.
Oh, please go to Kashi.
It seems like you know. So tell me. I'm asking. Tell me. Don't tell me to go. Tell me. You tell me.
Okay. When you have a road close to the ocean, there are things you have to do to the base of those things. Those stones you see in Eco Atlantic City, they are not just piled on each other. They are designed rocks.
We're not talking about Eco Atlantic City. We are talking about the coastal road. So what skills are we talking about?
Is it not on the same stretch of road? Is it not on the mangrove of Nigeria that those things are going to be done? Those are not easy terrains.
The stones you're referring to, they already put them there since we didn't start the Eco Atlantic project. We're talking about the coastal road now, right? Those stones have already been there. What are we talking? Are we talking about two different things?
Okay, wait. When those things were done, they were specially designed kind of stones.
All right.
That has a special locking. Because otherwise that road will be washed away in less than
And I
2 years.
hear you. And I'm telling you that those stones were already put in place before Tinubu became president. So are you saying Tinubu had already borrowed the $15 million before he became president to buy the stones? Is that what you're saying?
Kashi, no, I'm not talking of I just used that area so that to explain the specialist skills that will go into this kind of project.
Okay.
It's a coastal road looking directly at the ocean.
My brother, it's a road. Whether you want to call it, they only call it a coastal road because it's on the coast. That's the only thing. It's not special. It's a road. It's a coastal road because it's on the. That's what it is, though. These things have name for a reason. A highway is a road where they fly, the speed, 50, 60 miles per hour. You call that one a highway. A street is a road. It's still a road. They call it street. But you fly 30 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour. That's a street. Coastal road is a road. It's no different from.
Kashi, can I say something quick?
Yeah, and we also have to move forward. We've done this for almost 18 minutes now.
Two people are planning to build a house in Lagos. The person building in Lekki, that swampy place, and the person building somewhere in Ikotun on top because of the topography of the place. If foundation is foundation, do you think foundation will be foundation for both?
All right.
The cost of doing a foundation in Lekki might build a story building in Ikotun.
My brother, I don't know if you did, and I hear that argument. That argument makes sense, but I've also seen this road. They're not doing any foundation. The only thing they do is put rods. This it's not galvanized. This rod where they put. They just lay those rods on the ground, which in reality they are supposed to prep that ground. That's all. But I don't see it. I've seen videos of this road. They just put that rod where they tie with another thing. I don't forget, they just put that rod for ground, pour cement on them. That's how they're building this road where they talk about. So I don't know what's special about this road. In reality, they're supposed to prep it, put gravel, put sand, put another layer, and then put the cement. They're supposed to prep them in reality, but they're not doing it. from the videos I've seen. But anyway, Omo George, we need to move forward though. We need to move forward.
So, in a nutshell, someone like me, I like the way the man is trying to fix the country.
Okay.
It's a difficult part, but I think this might be a sustainable growth for that nation. And secondly,
we do need to move forward, and I can't push back again. So I'm not going to let you like put any like submission stuff while I know if you push back. So I just want to move forward.
Submission, it's just a statement, please.
Yeah.
I think Nigerians, we have to consider our civil servants. They are also doing more than the politicians.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Omo George. Make we move forward. I appreciate you for joining. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Even though that's not the topic for today, but I indulged him because I'm open for conversations. I did learn too from conversations, right? So thank you, Omo George, for joining and sharing your perspective on that. And it's what it is. But let's keep the conversation going. We have some 30 minutes more to be here. So make we see if we use that 30 minutes. Let's get another guest up here and hopefully we can stick to the topic. The last two guests now, no agree stay on topic. Let us stick to the topic. All right. The candor. Thank you for joining. The topic, one standard or two?
One standard or two, in what sense? I can see Tinubu terrorist and Peter Obi. What does that stand for? What does
All right, so it's just the idea of I wish you were, but anyway, the idea of Tinubu is the president. Okay, there's a lot of background noise. If you want to move away, or we're gonna drop you and get somebody else. But the background noise is we don't need that background noise. All right.
Okay, I can hear you.
All right, thank you for moving away from there. Anyway, the background of the topic is Tinubu, terrorists, and Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not the president. Peter Obi is a citizen looking to become president. Tinubu is the president. Tinubu has actively pardoned de-radicalized insurgents, aka T people. Tinubu has actively done that while he's president, right? Peter Obi, on the other hand, for some reason, no one condemned IPOB, and I don't understand why he wouldn't. I honestly don't understand that. Even though IPOB, now for him backyard, then they do all these things, what they do, he would never go visit the areas where, these IPOB T people, where then they go commit all their things. Wait there for him backyard, for Southeast. He doesn't do that. But if anything happened for North, he goes there, first person to go there, snap picture, do this, say that. First person. He would not condemn IPOB, regardless. But now, I'm saying, how is it that Tinubu supporters, especially, Tinubu supporters, they ignore Tinubu, and this is for the people who are also just joining, so that we're not going to narrate this whole thing again. How is it that Tinubu supporters, they support Tinubu who is actively pardoning T people, insurgents, they say that de-radicalized T people. His vice president, Kabiru Sokoto, in 2012 was found in his house. But Tinubu supporters, they put a blind eye or they close one eye for where Tinubu day. But now for where Peter Obi day, Peter Obi way, for some reason, again, no one talk about IPOB. That's where they put their outrage. That is the one standard or two. That is the background. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think for me, the position of a president who is sitting in the office of the president is totally different, and what he might be facing or what he's really facing is completely different from what rhetorics like Peter Obi would be facing. We don't want to go into their past, but Peter Obi can actively and easily, make narrations and say things he doesn't have capacity to do, or things that we know he has attempted in the past, and he wants to change narration today and make it, look as if he could do better. But for what you're saying specifically, talking about people supporting Tinubu and ignoring the fact that he's pardoning, like you said.
No, be like I said, this is a fact. No, be like I said.
Well,
Tinubu has pardoned
there
de-radicalized
are
terrorists. This is a fact, not like I
no,
said.
I know they're agitating. Some people like Gumi and Co are agitating for people
All right,
to
we
be.
can't even have the conversation if you cannot even hold, like, agree to a fact. We know if you get the conversation.
Wait. It's not your fact is your fact. My fact.
It's not my fact. Hey, listen, my brother, Kando. All right, I'm going to ask you again, or I'm going to tell you again. This is not my fact. Don't push it like it's my fact, and I'm not worried about owning it because it's a fact. I can pull up, the news and show you. Say Tinubu pardon de-radicalized terrorists. I'm not making this up.
That is what I'm saying. Only if you can listen to me. I try to
go ahead then.
Tell people that the headlines say whatever I want to say. A lot of people don't go deep.
And this is the problem. And this is the problem. But we are in a this you're the typical person. You are the person that I'm talking about.
Wait.
All right.
Wait. Let me lie.
You are the specific person that I made this show for you because you see how you're running away from holding Tinubu accountable. And I'm saying it's okay to love him. It's okay to support him. I'm not even saying don't love him or don't support him. That's not even my argument. I'm just saying, why are the standards different? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't support this man, but I'm saying this is a fact. I'm not making this up. Tinubu pardon de-radicalized terrorists. I'm not making it up. It's a fact. P2B, on the other hand, inside IPOB na in brothers. Inside IPOB people na in brothers. There is neighbors. There is this. There is that. But for some reason, the fact on ground, you ignore it and you're worried about P2B.
Let me land. You said I'm ignoring something. Let me land. I've not said anything now. What are you saying now? What can you tell me now that I've said?
You are trying to ignore the fact and trying to move away from that and go over to P2B.
Say what I said, not what I'm trying to do.
All right, go ahead then.
You cannot say I'm trying.
Go ahead then.
The point I'm making is Nigeria is a very complex country.
Okay.
And the position of a president is different from the position you and I and every other aspirant can hold. The reality about the problem is not the same as they are painted to us sometimes. What I said about that is about the news. I might not probably have first-hand information. So that is okay. It doesn't mean you are lying. I never said that. So get it right.
Okay. So now here is the thing, right? Here is the thing.
Now, my position is
Mr.
The problem
the candle, you need to pause.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you say you don't know and the news could be lying, is it that you're saying all the news outlets, including foreign outlets, are lying and you're not going to believe them because it's Tinubu and you love him?
I did not even say I don't believe it. I only said one thing. You are saying what you think or want me to say. I said what you said. I have not been privileged to get those information.
All right.
It doesn't mean it's a lie. So that's what I said. I didn't say you are lying in the first place.
All right.
And narrations can go either ways. I'm not saying anybody is lying. What I'm saying is I want to get to the genesis because this is the problem I've been having around politics generally and issues around religion. People talk about what is happening today and they want that to be corrected, ignoring the past. When this problem started in Nigeria a few years ago, and the late president Muhammadu Musa Yar'Adua started this pardoning, people like us were complaining, but they were saying they should let them go. That is what that man, I don't want to call him a name you will not like, the man that is agitating for the pardoning of terrorists and killers, that is what he's using as a leverage. People were blowing up, kidnapping, and do all sorts of things in the east and south.
I believe you're referring to P2B, correct?
No, not P2B.
Who?
I'm saying the man in the north that is agitating
Gumi, okay.
Yeah, I can mention his name. I said I don't want to call him a name you will not like.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So,
and I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
So
yeah.
The point I'm making is this. I only go to the rudiment, to the bottom of the problem, the genesis. We were privileged to study in UK. We know what they were giving these people. When people with their hard-earned money could not pay school fees, they were paying these terrorists tuition and monthly stipend to the tune of £1,200. They buy them laptops, iPads, they pay for their return tickets within a program, and they told them they can even study as many times as they want. Some of them do 3, 4 masters, some that have the capacity to go for PhD did. They spend a lot of money paying 65,000 when our minimum wage was 18,000 at the time. These animals doing these things and those agitating for them were saying it. And that is what they're talking about. And when this man that they said was also bad, El-Rufai, when he was governor and saying that you don't negotiate or pay a terrorist, people were also, crucifying him. And these are the problem. The position, like one man said today, I watched a video today, he said the position of a president is beyond what an ordinary person and rhetorics can use, the little we know, we cannot use it as a yardstick to judge them. And what am I saying? This is a country where Buhari built a railway from Nigeria to Niger. That railway from wherever it started in the north to Niger is not active, it's not functioning.
All right.
But if they ask them to do it the right place, they will say, no, you have railway in Lagos, you have in Enugu, we must have in the north. Whereas they don't need it in the north. When you do something in the north, they don't need it in the south-south, they don't need it in southwest. You must come to southwest and south-south do the same. Wastage, this nonsense agitation about it must be our man. So Tinubu may, just like the same way, we cannot run away with it. If you have not seen good, you cannot talk about bad. So you cannot run away with the fact of comparing Nigeria with some other countries, because everything we are saying is still because we have seen the good side of whatever you think is not working in Nigeria.
Okay.
So how much more do you say about Donald Trump, the president of United States?
We're going to skip that. We're going to skip that part. We're going to skip that part because TikTok know they like the name being called. Same way you know one call Gumi name. We're going to skip that part. But I appreciate you, the candor for joining. I definitely let you say your mind. I appreciate you for joining. Thank you so much. All right, make we get our next guest up here. Anyway, it's what it is. Make we get our next guest up here. We have another 15 minutes to go, and we'll keep the show going. Anyway, Tech Clipper, make we hear your thoughts on the topic. I've given a background again on the topic, so make we hear your thoughts.
Yeah, great. So I feel it's general motion for me. I believe Nigerians always have two standards, both those supporting Obi and those supporting Tinubu. It's a natural disaster in Nigeria, cancerous, where you hardly get people who can, stand on the truth and navigate the truth no matter who they support. So it's a disease, a society disease. So nobody's going to say or gaslight us that they are not two standard is a disease in Nigeria. But that being said, I will say this, on that two standard, I tell people there is no need you preaching for me in 2026 to reward the political class that has given Nigeria not a so sustainable society. What do I mean by that? If you look at the numbers, it's staggering. Dubai, that most of our Atiku, the Tinubu supporters, the P2B, the elites of Nigeria travel to for holiday and snap picture and post on social media, was developed with about $400 to $500 billion. Nigeria is stated to that the political class and systemic corruption has also consumed $400 to $500 and something billion. So if you come to me this day and climb the stage and want me to clap that someone is doing Coastal Road in 2026, I don't really get it. Is he doing it with his own finance?
I mean,
does Nigeria not deserve more than a Coastal Road in 2026? This is a country that has had oil boom, series of oil boom in decades.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you in that regard. However, it's something. It's an infrastructural development that he chose to do.
Agreed.
He could have chosen to do, focus that energy on electricity, which we still deserve. So he chose to do that one. My only problem with that Coastal Road, not the money. The Coastal Road, I think, is nice. It's a good project.
No, get my point. Infrastructural development is nice. But what Nigerian praise is because we've lived in a society where we've, applauded this political class over the decades, reward them for doing below the average. And we expect to celebrate everything that we should be getting. When you go to Southeast Asia was compared to Nigeria maybe six decades ago.
Yeah.
But when you travel to Thailand, Bangkok, which is one of the most visited tourist city, when you see the development happening there, bro, do you see the people on the streets applauding the government? This is the job you're sent here to do, bro.
Yeah.
So let's get to the fact to train our younger ones to understand that a public servant is a public servant and he should go there to do the job, not to be praised to do the job. Yes, when you do very well, we'll clap for you, but not when you do the beer. Because I know we've lived in a life where we've been below the belt for a longest. So the society do not even understand what a good society should be. Let me give you an instance. In Thailand, they complained about, this is 2026, you can go check it. The citizens complained about a little bit tough economy. Do you know what the government did? They put 60% subsidy on food. So if you're a Thai and you go to the street to buy food, you pay only 40% of that. And the people are not even, like, the people just come. But in Nigeria, when you make demand, they're like, the wife of the president came on social media yesterday and said something about it's not hard to start a car business. It's not hard. Do you see how they think? So what I'm saying is that the comprehension of the political class and the members of the society is way apart.
Absolutely.
Like when I'm not saying Tinubu has done some things.
Absolutely. And I want to bring us back to the topic, actually, so that we'll use and move forward. But I hear you. It seems like you're a little bit pissed with the administration, which a lot of people are. And, you know, you are in your right to be pissed, right? But let's talk about the topic. One standard or two. What do you think in terms of comparison between
Two standards?
Two standards.
Two standards.
Why do you think it's so?
So the truth why I said two standards is, one, the Tinubu supporters, everything Tinubu does is gold standard.
Yeah.
The P2B supporters, anything P2B says is gold standard. No critical, logical reasoning behind their support. Now, why you would not be able to, P2B has not become the president of Nigeria. So it's hard to, but Tinubu has had a chance to be in the position of opposition. And we've seen series of his tweets. So now the Tinubu is even too standard because he said that security lies on the table of the president. And if you are not able to do it, you should retire, right? Now he has gotten to his point.
He said that governor.
Can he stand on that his principle that if you cannot fix it, retire?
Yep.
So it's too standard is obvious in the Tinubu support category more than P2B because P2B has not become the president. So maybe when P2B becomes the president and that is Egypt visit and his Indonesia visit, if he's not able to implement it, then we
can start from there and hold him, right?
Thank you.
And that's what gets me. Like the people that are holding him, the people that are holding him accountable now, they are holding him accountable like he's the actual president. And that's what blows my mind. Yeah,
it's too standard. So the Tinubu supporters are just narcissists. I will use that word, not insulting them. I just want to categorize.
I think you can see that narcissistic behavior on both sides. I think you can see it on both sides. So it's not just one side.
They've had the privilege of being opposition and becoming the 001 of the country. So that is why I will use it for them more. So let them stand on that too. Let them stand on that their foundation. When their 001 was opposition, tweeting, lambasting Jega, Jonathan, lambasting the guy, saying that this is a failed man. Now is his turn, a Milocon. So I have him to stand on that one standard, which would be very, very, in short, it will be a legend if he can stand on that his preaching over his years. So now it's obvious that, yes, like I said, Nigeria has a two-standard disease in the society, but it's now more obvious in the support class of the Tinubus. Because your Oga has said these things. Why can't you take what your Oga said and use it as, as what is, as what should be the standard? Let me give you an example. As a father,
you give me the example, and so that we'll use them and the conversation and move forward.
As a father, you tell your child, this is what it should be. Now, you should be a good person. That if you are not able to score or do this in school, you will not be able to get success. Now, as a father, it now gets to your turn to show your son that example that, oh, if you perform in school, you will get rewarded and all that. Now you now feel you're not expecting your son, who you told back those days that you only get rewarded when you perform, to now reward you and clap for you. It doesn't work that way. You can't reverse your ideology.
Yep.
You know, so to me, Tinubu has done the barest minimum. You can wake up and, like someone said in the chat, talk is cheap. Yes, he has woke up and subsidy is gone.
All right.
Talk is cheap.
All right.
This
Since
is
we don't
gone.
the read
Now
chat,
it's
make
time
we
to act.
since we don't the read chat,
Thank
that
you.
means say we don't talk finish. So I appreciate you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tech Leap. I appreciate you. All right. We have 4 more minutes. Let make we see what we'll fuse and do with our next guest and go from there. All right. Make we see Respect. Respect, thank you for joining.
Good morning, sir.
I greet you. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
All right. What are your thoughts on the topic?
I've been listening to some people's submission here, but I found out that we don't have holistic look at our country. During the coup, do they punish them? We forgive them. Coup plotter in Nigeria, we forgive them.
Yeah.
We'll be having this last attitude in Nigerian state. I heard someone say integrate Boko Haram. We are in contradiction as a country. Contradiction.
Yeah.
When we have South something, kidnapping or something like that, we pardon them.
Yeah.
And when these people in the north happened, they were telling us, oh, you pardon South during their home. Pardon the bandits. Pardon the bandits. And it surprised me when you go to the IPOB on the southeast. He said, you are pardoning the bandits. Pardon the IPOB. I believe you know that we pardon many IPOB to security sector in the southeast.
Absolutely.
So that's the system of Nigeria. It's not to know system. That's where Nigeria being run. It's a contradiction. So it's not going to.
I like your perspective, by the way. I love your perspective.
You can never blame Tinubu for the kind of the system we run Nigerians.
Yep.
We pardon them. Even what we did, we pardon Ojukwu. Even ran for presidency in Nigeria. We are good and very pardoning. And we really make a mistake. We are pardoning American, even because Nigeria are airtight. We continue to make mistakes as a country.
Yeah.
We are not serious. So don't blame Tinubu for that. Is that the way we run our
No,
system?
I'm not. I hope you understand me. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying it's.
You are mentioning criminal in the north. You don't mention the IPOB that he pardons. You don't mention that.
I don't know that.
Thousands of them.
Hear me out. I don't know that P2B has pardoned IPOB, but I do know that.
Not P2B.
Not P2B. Yeah, that's what Tinubu. I don't know that Tinubu has pardoned IPOB, but I do know that Southeast governors have pardoned, giving them amnesty. I do know that.
They're under the Tinubu administration. They are part of personal administration. It's
okay.
Not their team.
Okay.
Their
That's a good. Yeah, that's a.
Before they can have it done in Southeast.
Okay.
Before they have it done in Southeast, they will have to consult the president.
That's a good way to look at it. But the point I was trying to make here
that's
is
how we run Nigeria.
I hear you, Mr. Respect. Just hear me out, and I hear you. It's a good way to look at it too, right? But I didn't necessarily think about it that way. Like, oh, Tinubu pardon IPOB. I do know that some Southeast governors have given those criminals, or isn't it they call them amnesty, which I'm also against. I'm not in support of that, right? But that's not
system in Nigeria now.
Yeah.
You cannot change system. That's the way we run it. And the first time we make mistake is by pardoning the coup plotters. We will put that in the hotel. So that's where we run our system. That's by the way. And where you are comparing incomparable. In Nigerian system, if you look very well, Eastern Nigeria has different political thought. Eastern, the political thought in the north is not the same Southeast. The political thought in Southwest is completely different. They are not going to be the same thing. So when we see the way we play politics in Nigeria, it's not uniform. It's because the system is contradiction.
So when you say I'm comparing the incomparable, how do you mean?
They're incomparable. You cannot compare the support of but the politics system we are running. It's not the same thing. If you look at the so-called OB settles, look at the arrangement, Labour, NDC, that's our own setting there. Yeah, so I'm not blaming them. That's their own setting. So Nigeria's political system is not going to be uniform.
1 second, you're talking a little bit too fast. You say the Southeast political setup is Labour, NDC. What do you mean?
No. I said Southeast. I said if you look at the OB, political status. He moved from PDP to Labour, from Labour, from there to... So their system there, in the under camp, is different from Tinubu camp.
P2B is P2B. P2B, you know, he's not like the gold standard for Southeast. I don't know if that makes sense. And I don't believe that...
The way each region in Nigeria play politics is different. Let us face the facts.
I hear you, but I'm just holding on to the changing of party of one individual from that region. There are millions of people from that region.
The political talk in Southeast is the political talk in Southwest.
I agree with you, but
so you cannot compare it together.
I do agree with you, but you brought up Obi changing party, so I did try connect them to the political thoughts. That's what I'm trying to connect, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but, I get you. But what I mean is that Nigeria political thought supporter is completely different.
100%. I 100% agree with you.
Both of them are incomparable. Because they are not coming from the same philosophies. If you move to the north too, their own is different from the southwest, from the north. Their own is different. It's not. They will tell you about Sharia. They will say, you want Sharia? Sharia. We don't have in South, we don't have Southwest. That's the political thought.
Yeah.
So every region in Nigerians, you cannot compare. It's completely different. Completely different. So you cannot judge Obi supporter and Tinubu supporter. They're different group of thoughts.
I mean, and I hear you, right? But there are Tinubu supporters from every region. There are Obi supporters from every region. So, but I do understand where you're coming from with that. There are Southwest people who are Obi supporters. There are Southeast people who are Tinubu supporters. There are Northern people who are Obi and Tinubu supporters. So you see what I'm saying, right? But I do hear you that the school of thought is different.
Let me explain that for you, sir.
Okay.
Anybody into anybody's supporter is informed to that group of thoughts. He believes that school of thought. There's people in the north that support Atiku supporters. In the southwest and in southeast, Atiku supporter. Atiku stands for a school of thoughts. They believe that school of thoughts, irrespective of where they come from. What I'm trying to say is that all these group, individual of them, are different political thoughts. You can fall in any one of them based on your own interest.
True.
But they're
Absolutely.
not the same thing.
Absolutely.
They're not the same thing. So you cannot it's not incomparable. I don't know. Democracy it's not something you can compare democracy. It's freedom.
Absolutely.
Go and do your own, do my own. We are not doing red, orange, blue, orange. We are not doing big. We don't do it. So it doesn't have many points.
Absolutely. And if you were here when I started this show, I definitely said something similar to what you're saying. Politics, be black and white. You can agree with somebody just on one issue, and every other thing may not matter to you. That is how politics is. It's not about morality, or it's not about somebody being perfect. Nobody has to be perfect for that person to be your preferred candidate or the person you support. It's just what it is. And I definitely agree with you. But Mr.
Can I ask one question? Can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
How are we going to stop this legacy of pardon in Nigeria? Where are we going to stop it?
A lot of people call Tinubu a man that takes hard decisions. I would expect that he will be the one to take that hard decision and say you ask me. You ask me, let me answer. I would expect him to be that man that will take that hard decision and say, anybody way duty or buy person, we go buy you. There is no negotiation. I would expect him to say that. But that's the only way. That's the only way. We can't keep negotiating.
Do you appreciate him for what he did?
What did he do?
He took that decision for making sure Inamikano go to jail. It's not easy, bro. It's not very easy.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. And I vex for Omotosho because Omotosho really know no law. Omotosho, Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't be facing life. They say na capital punishment because na capital offense na him do. So this thing na capital punishment. You see what I'm saying? So why then go give him life when
before first time he went freely. We pardon him freely.
No, there was no pardon. There was never a pardon. It was a bail. There was never a pardon for Nnamdi Kanu. It was a bail, and he then jumped bail and ran away.
More or less the same thing. Bail, pardon. We are widening their heads.
No, it's a bail. It's a bail. Bail and pardon are not the same.
But I think I give Tinubu a credit to be having ball because it's not easy to jail the whole Igbo of IPOB. Now big cash, big cash.
Absolutely, and I definitely agree with you on that one. It's a big catch.
He made Southeast secured for Christmas. It's not
Absolutely.
easy.
Absolutely.
So we must give you a credit for doing those things to make
Absolutely.
sure people are so Tinubu
And
is
shout out to Tinubu. Him also let me indulge you, right? He created the Southeast Development Commission, right? So shout out to Tinubu on that one. So make I indulge you on that one. I'm not sitting here. I don't know how long you've been here. I'm not sitting here and bashing Tinubu that Tinubu is the worst thing that ever happened. I only criticize him objectively. Like the hard decision of removing fuel subsidy and dollar unification, Naira unification. He did what he had to do, but he could have implemented it differently. And because he did it the way he did, now we get inflation. That is how I approach my criticism in that regard. I know they have to say Tinubu is this, Tinubu is that. No, that's not what I do here. But again, like I said, Tinubu created the Southeast Development Commission, so shout out to him on that one. But yeah, make we use this question. Yeah, go ahead.
Last president, can we even mention some policy that we've changed that we've seen in that government 8 years?
I can't think of any. I can't think of any. Yeah.
But during the 3 years, we have several policy changing. Do you think it's easy?
Yeah.
And that coastal road that said that is doing, it had been abandoned for the 45 years. They couldn't touch it. Kaduna Badagry Sokoto Road, they abandoned for 50 years. They couldn't touch it. And then they want to have train from Lagos to Abuja. It was abandoned. So these are the key. It changed tax reform, state police, local government.
I don't know that the state police is in effect, but I know it's in the works. I don't know that it's in effect, unless you have another.
Buhari reform. Give me one Buhari reform.
All right, I can't think of any, my brother. I don't tell you before.
Okay, so Tinubu achieve a pass.
Absolutely, and thank you, my brother, Mr. Respect. But we need to move forward.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. All right. We don't pass the time what we planned today. So and I see some people still requesting. Unfortunately, we no go fit bring una up because we plan to be here for, I don't know, whether at 2 hours, 1.5 hours. But let me see. 1.4 hours. All right. I think this is 1 hour 40 minutes. Make we do another guest and go from there. We've not hit 2 hours per se. All right. Let's see. All right. Mr. Olumuyiwa, thank you for joining. Let's hear your thoughts on the topic.
Yeah, bro, well done. I really appreciate your good work, bro.
Thank you so much. Just give me 1 second. You get best way to spam my live. Omo Bala and be Omo Bola. You go another place, go the advertise that thing. You go another side, go advertise that thing where they advertise. I beg, go carry your hand like off for here. I beg. I just gonna beg you. Anyway, let me mute this person. We know I don't know if anybody's buying that thing that you're selling, but you need to take it somewhere else. Maybe I know best for me, Jerry. I don't know. I just see something for there, and I don't appreciate it. But anyway, hey, Mr. Olumuyiwa, thank you for joining. Make we hear your thoughts. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So I totally I don't like pardoning criminals. I totally don't like that, But as much as that, I had a story from someone on this TikTok also.
Yeah.
So this guy said in Lagos, he's gate man, is watchman in Lagos. So he's a northerner. So police just came, they apprehended him for in connection with a tea activity in the northern part of Nigeria. So they came, they arrested him. And this guy said, yes, he participated, but he was forced. These people, they had his family members and they threatened him that he must join them. So he had to go there and do whatever they asked him to do and came back. There are, this the activities in the northern part of Nigeria is not very straightforward. It's not very straightforward. People like that, you cannot just pack all of them and go and buy all of them and stuff like that. Some of them,
but you can though. You can. Maybe we need to try it and see whether they go continue to do them. You can. You actually can, or at least put them for prison where they no go see light of day again. You can.
Yeah. I think when they want to I know that the process of rehabilitating them into the system is not just that, oh yeah, now go. go and be doing your business as you are doing. I know that there is a security measures like their fingerprint. They will, like there's a lot of restriction on them. Not that they'll just pack them all this BK group and integrate them into the Nigerian army as people are saying. I don't believe it is like that.
How do
So
you think
yeah,
they do it then? How do you think they do it?
yeah. So I think they of course the rehabilitation they train them, they radicalize them, like telling
How do you
them what they are doing
de-radicalize?
is
How do you
wrong.
de-radicalize the person where they fight people? How do you
No,
do it? What is
see,
the process?
the Tinubu government has prosecuted, like almost every day I see in the news. Like 2 days ago, I still see the sentence two ladies. They sentenced some people like to die by hanging. This to die by hanging. They sentenced some ladies 20
My
years.
brother, I think
They are
you're
prosecuting them.
losing. I think you're losing the essence of this conversation, right? I'm not saying that Tinubu is giving a free range to everybody that commits crime. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to compare, the outrage from one person who is not a president, who is not even an elected official, the outrage that he gets, the bad press that he gets. He's not a president. He's not the president. He's just a man trying to be president. On the other hand, this other man that is the president, Mr. Tinubu, that is the president, is actively pardoning people, which I'm not saying is bad or good. That's not the point here. I'm not saying whether it's bad or whether it's good. That's not the point. But people are more outraged by Peter Obi for having the audacity to say some outlandish things that he says. That is the point
Yeah,
of this conversation.
also I started by saying I don't want anybody to be pardoned. I don't want anybody to pardon, but it is what it is. We have been pardoning even since the WAR, even since the civil
Yeah.
WAR. You understand? We have been pardoning. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But concerning the other person, I think what he's saying is actually very bad for the society, for even as an aspirant. You cannot say even is undermining our judicial system. Even like is causing a very big harm to the Nigerian judicial system by saying somebody that has been tried, convicted, and you're saying it doesn't do anything. Like even if you go there, you frame. I think the backlash is getting is if a patriotic Nigeria, like you have to be concerned about the statement also.
Absolutely, I'm definitely very concerned about the statements that he makes about IPOB, especially.
Like that's
hear
what
me
you
out.
should get.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very concerned about it. I'm going to use an instance here of Dave Umahi, who recently was also concerned about the statements that Peter Obi made recently on Arise on Oseni Rufai's podcast show. Umahi condemned or criticized Peter Obi for, I forget the exact words Peter Obi used right now, but still the same rhetoric of they didn't do anything, they are my brothers, but I don't remember the specific exact thing that he said, right? But in that same breath, where Dave Umahi, they criticized Obi, he ended by saying, we are still going to try to bring out Nnamdi Kanu politically because he's our brother. Do you see the irony there? You're criticizing somebody for saying that the leader who is Nnamdi Kanu of IPOB did not do anything. And then you're also saying that you want to bring him out politically. Do you see the irony there? And I think that's also similar to what you're doing. You're going very hard on Obi now, and as you should, that he what he's doing is a very big harm, in your words. You said he's undermining our judiciary, in your words. But you did not say those same things on Tinubu that is actively pardoning T people. You did not say he's undermining judiciary. Instead, you said, oh, that's what we've been doing in Nigeria. That's what we've been doing in Nigeria. You did not say that he's undermining the judiciary. You did not say that he's bringing a very big harm to society. Because these T people, when they release, if they enter society, now they say, when they come cause. You did not say all those things. Instead, you said, is what we are doing. Is now what they do. Make we just they do and they go. But when you reach Peter Obi turn, you see how you went hard, right? You are the person I'm talking to in this regard. I don't know if you see it.
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying, right?
I see it.
Okay.
Yeah. So also, yeah, I think I started by saying I don't want them, like I don't want anybody to be I don't believe in all this radicalization, like integrating. I do back pardoning. Why will you pardon someone that has been involved, even if
And
you
and
didn't,
and I
even if
agree
you
with
did not
you. And I
intentionally?
agree with you. You
You have
shouldn't
to be
pardon them.
prosecuted.
But you're not
Yeah,
saying
you
the
shouldn't
exact.
pardon
You're
them.
not saying these specific words. You're not saying Tinubu is by de-radicalizing these people and reintegrating them into society. He's bringing a very big harm to society.
Yeah,
He's undermining
yes,
our
yes,
judiciary. You're not. You're still not saying it. You're still not saying. You're
yes,
only
yes,
saying
yes.
you don't like it. But P2B is bringing very big harm by saying what he's saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even David Mai, I'm just hearing this for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm just hearing it for the first time. All
Yeah.
these things, they are very bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
they shouldn't. Yeah, it's very bad that the government is pardoning any of these criminals.
Absolutely.
I don't want any of them to be pardoned. Yeah, thank you very much,
Absolutely.
bro. That's my contribution.
Absolutely. And thank you, Mr. Olumuyiwa. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
Yeah, welcome, bro.
All right. All right. We need to put these things for people face, right? Make all of us this year. You know, and I don't blame you or anybody who acts or behaves this way, right? Because it's kind of natural, you know, normal something. We know that we don't necessarily see it until somebody like Kachi, Bia Paloma, the celebrity bartender, you know, until I put it to your face and say, see what you're doing. E good. P2B definitely, absolutely has to condemn IPOB because waiting in the doing the undermine, he is undermining waiting the Nigerian military they do for Southeast by saying IPOB no do anything. He is undermining not just the judiciary, the Nigerian military. He's undermining a lot of things. However, me, I have that same energy towards Tinubu. But most people, most Tinubu supporters do not have that same energy towards Tinubu. This is my point. The last guest just made my point. You can't make this up. The last guest just made my point, and it's what it is. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Let's keep liking. We are 22K likes. 150. We have another 10 minutes. Make we bring, I don't know, I go select who I go bring here. Make I bring Mr. Wanchuku. Make I bring Mr. Wanchuku. All right. Mr. Wanchuku, thank you for joining. Make we hear your thoughts on this topic.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, I greet you.
Take time. Yeah,
Thank you.
I won't take time. So I want to talk about Tinubu. For me, it's all right, but there is a place that is not doing well, economy.
All right. We're not necessarily talking about Tinubu per se. We're just talking about, the standards.
Yeah, just a random talk. Then when you go to this Obi talk about Nnamdi Kanu, and remember, in all over the world, that is what is called presidential pardon. Single person can be pardoned, but you can't pardon a group of 30, 50 people. It's a different case. So when Tinubu can decide today and say, okay, I'm giving Nnamdi Kanu pardon, it's normal thing. It's done everywhere. So let's not take it personal. Remember, Tinubu is pardoning almost thousands, hundreds, not a single person. Not saying I will pardon one single T man. Do you understand me now? So
Tinubu is not pardoning Nnamdi Kanu, and I hope he doesn't. I don't know whether you get any information where they come tell us here, but I hope he doesn't.
No, I'm saying he has the right as a president if he wants.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. Yeah.
So I didn't see anything wrong with that. When Buhari came in, he pardoned some of his people. So if Obi makes such statement and he's the president, he have the right to pardon Nnamdi Kanu. So let's not see it as an offense. No,
it's not necessarily an offense per se, but I don't want, and this is again another reservation when it comes to my support for Obi, right? Because I still have this feeling, say Obi, if we go there, go pardon Nnamdi Kanu, because there's a lot of damage where Nnamdi Kanu don't cause for.
I understand that.
Okay.
I understand. All over the world, there are so many people that have caused a lot of things, but a new prime minister or a new president will come in and pardon the same person.
I hear you.
So I don't know why we see it as something that is evil. Buhari can, Tinubu can say, okay, the federal government, let's discontinue the case with Nnamdi Kanu and pardon him. We all know what he did, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But
okay.
all I'm saying is that president or prime minister can decide to pardon whosoever he want to pardon.
I
No
hear you,
matter-
and you've said this multiple times, but you know I don't
Yes,
think the guests
so,
want to keep hearing
yeah,
it. But
so
yeah,
let's move on, my brother. There is another terrorist group that came out from KB State. My brother, I don't know where we are heading to in Nigeria. I don't know, and they are bracing these guys. I don't know where we are heading to. Okay, now look at it.
I don't know the name of the T group we come out for KB State, but
Yes. Yeah, check it. It's online. Check
Okay.
it. They came out this week.
mm,
Okay, when I was analyzing some things, I said the problem some people, maybe those who are against Obi or whatever, or Igbo people, is that Igbo people want betterment of everybody, light, electricity. Tell me what they are asking for. Maybe the way they are asking it, they don't want it. But tell me what the North want. What they want is to terrorize everybody.
okay. Mr. Wanchuku, I don't know where this conversation they go. I'm really trying to wrap my head around the whole thing. Like you talk about the new
I'm
terrorist
trying
group
to
where
say,
just come out for KB State. Now you're saying Igbo want this, and you know, so I'm trying to make something out
what
of it, and I'm
trying
struggling.
To say is that when you look at what people want in Nigeria, you look at what they are from the North. They don't care how society looks like, whether it's good or bad. What they want is that the terrorists.
That is not correct. That is not correct. I definitely have to push back on that one. I know co-sign am. That is not correct. The North, the majority of the North know they into this T thing because na them way the thing they terrorize. So they're not into that. Dangote is from the North. Dangote, they build factories for North. The other day I was on my live. Somebody was telling me of Miss BC. Shout out to Miss BC. She was telling me about a lithium factory that they built for North. Whether she said Nasarawa and Niger. You know, so, you know, come on now. I don't know that the North wants what you are saying that they want. But it's what it is. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. We're going to need to move forward. Anyway, make we bring we have maybe 4 more minutes. Let's see what's going on here. All right. All right, let's see. Confidential CA. Confidential CA. Let's see. All right, Mr. Confidential. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Yes, I greet you.
I'll just do a very quick response.
All right.
Firstly,
Not response. Let's speak on the topic. Let's speak to the topic.
Yes. On the topic.
Yeah.
Firstly, if Nnamdi Kanu had to be sent to prison, why is Sunday Igboho walking freely on the road? They did similar agitations.
No, they're not similar.
For secessions of their region.
They're not similar.
That's similar.
They're not similar.
Sunday Igboho had soldiers who fight people.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know of Sunday Igboho.
Look at the
all right, you need to pause. We're not here to do back and forth. I can easily drop you if you're not gonna follow the rules of the show. No, Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu are not the same. Well, I'm not here to go back and forth with you on that. If you don't know, I can educate you on it, or you can go and educate yourself on it. On Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, what they do, no, they the same. You can say maybe similar, but you know they're the same. Nnamdi Kanu was actively on the radio asking for 2,000 heads, 2,000 Igbo heads. Show me one place where Sunday Igboho they call them buy 2,000 Yoruba people. Show me then. Let's say it's the same.
What was he saying? No, what was Igboho doing?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. I don't. I've told you. I've told you what Nnamdi Kanu did. You tell me what Sunday Igboho was saying.
Both of them are fighting for secession.
No, I just told you Nnamdi Kanu was on the radio asking for 2,000 heads. Tell me where the Igboho was saying that so that we can put it apple to apple.
Okay. So Nnamdi Kanu's issue was he made some inflammatory comment on the radio.
It's not inflammatory. He was inciting people. He was asking people to break a prison. He was don't trivialize it. I don't want you to trivialize it. That's all.
Saying, did you catch him with any arms and ammunition?
Did you catch Osama with any arms and ammunition? Osama bin Laden.
Sunday Igboho had arms and ammunition.
I'm asking you. Did they catch Osama bin Laden with arms and ammunition?
Of course. He had such things in his bunker. He had it. When US captured him, do you know what they saw in his bunker?
Tell me what they saw in his bunker.
See, let's not begin to.
By the way, he wasn't hiding in a bunker. He was in a compound. He wasn't in a bunker. He was in a compound.
So where did they not capture him?
Not in a bunker, in a compound, in a house, in a compound.
That was under the ground on top of.
It wasn't under the ground. It was a house in a compound, a house. It wasn't a bunker.
Let's not I get about that one. So that's my own submission about
okay.
If T groups can be pardoned, people who are armed with arms and ammunition, since the pardoning is a part of our system, you pardon the T groups, put them back into society. Then when it comes to can you say no, send him to jail? That is
because he's a terrorist. Because he's a terrorist. Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist.
The T groups. What are they? The T groups.
They are terrorists too, and that's why Nnamdi Kanu and Omotosho messed up the judgment. Now, capital punishment is supposed to give him. Omotosho messed up that judgment.
Why are T groups being pardoned and not sent to jail? If they're all terrorists.
I'm not going to keep having this conversation with you, unfortunately. No. That conversation, it's not even, you don't even want to talk to that. I tell you, speak on the topic, you carry me to go where I no one go. I don't even want to have that conversation. And we just hit 2 hours. But I see someone requesting, I go respect you for requesting and bring you up so that we'll go use you close the show. Let's bring Young Mullah up. And hopefully we can have a good conversation and call it a night. Call it a day. Call it a morning. Call it a Sunday. All right. Young Mullah, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much for.
Yeah, your voice is kind of muffled. It seems like you're talking far away from your phone.
I said thank you for giving me the mic.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you.
Do you mind having a conversation? Or you just want to ask questions? Or
I definitely want to have a conversation, but that conversation has to be on this topic. So is that what you want to do?
Okay.
So that we'll do it.
Where exactly are you from, please? I'm an able man.
All right.
So where are you from?
I'm not doing that question and answer with you. If you want to have a conversation,
I just want to know.
I'm not telling you. I'm not gonna tell you because you asked me.
You are so biased to the core, okay? And you.
There we go again. All right. Anyway, listen, man. I appreciate you guys for joining today. Hey, we hit 24K likes. We hit 24K likes. Thank you guys so much for being here. Listen, I had to get this off my chest, man. And this is to my, again, I'm going to say this, right? Because I said this in the beginning of the show, and I see there's over 100 people here now, and I appreciate all of you for being here. I'm going to say this again. To all my people, the IPOB supporters, please, make una no feel a type of way because you dey support Obi and Obi no one condemn IPOB. Me, I dey struggle with that feeling too. I do. I'm struggling with it. But here's the difference. And that's why I made this show, right? That's why I did this show today. Tinubu, on the other hand, is actively pardoning T people, actively doing it. This is not, I'm not saying he's a bad man or he's a good man. The point here is, if the president that these people that are trying to guilt trip you into saying, oh, CPTOB, they no one condemn IPOB. But the person that they are supporting is actively pardoning T group. How are you going to let these people play you, man? How are you going to let these people play you for something that you truly believe? You truly believe that the country is not going the way it should be going, and you have an alternative, and somebody wants to trick you to say, CPTOB no agree condemn IPOB. Come on now, don't do that to yourself. I've seen a lot of people come out and say, oh, I know they support P2B again because he no agree condemn IPOB, because that's not a good reason. Politics is not black and white. You can support P2B because of one thing and still disagree with him, but you go still support him. You go still disagree with him for a whole lot of other things, but you go still support him for that one thing. It's what it is. That's how politics be. Politics no be moral exercise. It's not a who perfect pass exercise. You need to get out of it. It's what it is. Anyway, hey, I think we had a good show today. We had a few guests who came up here and we had good conversations, except the last two. Where one can stress me when I don't already tired. When I don't already tired, and I won't can stress me. When I this and I mean what they do. Anyway, I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Make I see the people who I feel shout out here. People will gift me today. We have Mike. Mike, thank you so much. Ekwen Sudin, so thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. Payseta, thank you for the gift. Let's see who else gifted me here. Match, thank you so much. Match Talks, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Amarachi, thank you so much. Amarachi, thank you so much. Uhuru, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. And to all the lovely people who are here, I know read my comments from Facebook today. Let me see. My Facebook people, I know forget to now, I was just a little bit fixated on TikTok because now where all the action they come, right? But when I know the drill though, if you'd like to join the show, you always have to come to the Parlour podcast on TikTok. That's the only way we can bring you up. But unfortunately, we don't end the show for today. So for the next time, for the new people, that is how we bring people up. You guys know the drill. Obaji Boniface on Facebook. I greet you by your OTT. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see who else is here on Facebook. Those are the only comments I see right now. Omo George, thank you so much. Jogger, thank you so much. Unfortunately, Jogger, you didn't accept my request. I was gonna accept it, but you see, I don't see your request. Now the people will stress me. Now I might see their request, but I apologize. Hopefully next time we can have that conversation. But I appreciate you for being here, Mr. Jogger or Juga. Thank you so much. Tech Clipper, I appreciate you. Prince Uchendu, even though they cost me, I appreciate you for being here. You love me too much to come to my show and cost me and still stay and watch. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, Prince Uchendu. Let's see. Mauchi Bilonia Formula. Thank you. Mope Anderson at gmail.com. I'm sorry, man, for putting your email address up there, but now waiting I see there, but I appreciate you for the follow. If you haven't followed me before I close, you can click the follow button. It's up there. Omo George, thank you for being here. Halfway, thank you for being here. Olat, the General, Sami, Muyi, Agba One, Ruby S, respect, thank you for joining. You were here earlier, we had a good conversation. Thank you so much, I appreciate you. Match Talks, thank you so much, I appreciate you. Who else there? Akiyoma Akin, thank you. All right. And all the other beautiful people who are here, I appreciate all of you guys. But until next time, my name is Kachi and I'm the host of the Parlour show. Peace.